Ooh, they're dropping them. Rubber bullet. Everybody listening to this, share the link on social media, please. Get as many people watching this live as possible. I'm going to stay here until it's over, or I'm dead or arrested, one of the two. Spread the link, please. Spread the link. Anonymous is here. We are everywhere.
Did you make it? You're going to get one.
All right, well, I'm going to have to cut in on that. Anonymous is a CIA front group. Make no mistake about that. And what you're witnessing with these events are the rollout of Occupy 2014 under, obviously, a different pretense. Because we stopped them in 2013. We exposed the Delphi technique of mind control that they used. And they said, how are we going to roll this out? How are we going to engineer a Bolshevik revolution in the United States of America when people already understand the techniques that we're using? And so, well, how about we just shoot a whole bunch of black people down in the fucking streets and then make a media spectacle of it, inflame the community, and turn it into a movement using hashtag activism. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what you're seeing. That's exactly what you're seeing. Nothing more and nothing less than the rollout of Occupy, New World Order controlled revolution. And you see these links here. You're looking at Truth Broadcast Network. I'll bring you over. You're watching Truth Broadcast Network, and I'm putting various streams up here. But only on Truth Broadcast Network will you get the truth. The debate is over. The revolutions are fake. The people behind them are illegitimate. Know these charlatans, know their game as they're far from through. And while their dark deeds are done in far-flung distant lands, the empowerment and hubris they reap from afar are being brought home to bear. And that's what you're seeing here. This was wrote a long time ago on a website far, far away. But you're seeing it brought home now under the guise of civil unrest, under the guise of riots and looting. And yeah, that stuff's happening. There's a lot of useful idiots involved in this. This is New World Order controlled revolution. Make no mistake about it. And if they're controlling it, then this is a means to an end that is in their interest. Now, what you do about that, I don't know. Dwell on it. Think about it.
We've got an activist, community organizer out here telling everybody to fall back. He doesn't want anybody else to get killed out here.
Fall back. This is the art of war. They ready. They ready. They ready. We gotta prepare. Fall back. Fall back, man.
Wait for other units at Creek Valley.
So here you have a suit telling people what to do, telling everybody to fall back. A quote-unquote community organizer. Who do you suppose he's really working for, folks? Think about it.
But right now, soldier, I'm telling you, I'm trying to stop this fight before, soldier. Hey, this ain't the one. Fall back. Yes, sir.
Let them soldiers stay up there.
I got Rick. I can't get too far without Rick. Rick, we got to fall back. Fuck you! Why we gotta leave? Fuck you!
They're threatening everybody again, telling everybody to leave or will be arrested. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. One just popped. We're getting it, throwing it back. This party is far from over, folks. More tear gas coming. They're throwing all the tear gas back. Everybody here is calling the front line, the soldiers. More coming. Getting it, throwing it right back. We're going to start, I have a feeling, any minute now with rubber bullets because we're getting rid of all the tear gas. Y'all share this link, share this link. Things are going to get real bad real quick. Started the use of the LRAD unit. I just got hit with a rubber bullet. Helping a guy out of here.
I got you.
They're shooting the bullets. Here you go. Here. They're shooting the rubber bullets and they're advancing fast. I was hit in the back with a rubber bullet. fell out already from it.
Construction property just occurred. 10253 Green Valley.
Rocks, glass, other items being thrown.
Female took off in a black vehicle last broken window.
Everybody's gathering rocks now from the ground. People are really starting to flee now.
Box truck pulled into 49 North, possibly stopping in front of Shopping Bay 054. 39 in the area responding.
Also in the area.
88 also in the area.
I see you white, man. I see you. Give me some white, man. Give me some white, man.
By the front, by the west door.
He's holding up a sign, nice night for a revolution.
Doors out. South.
That's what I'm talking about. A revolution.
What's in the street?
That's
What's in the
exactly
street?
what this is.
What's in the street? Don't push in the street. Don't push in the street.
It's nothing but chaos down here right now.
That ain't chaos. St. Louis ain't playing with that. Hold on, hold it.
Still on to this today.
Bricks are being brought to the street. Trash cans. Barricades.
We marched down peacefully. We were orderly. We were all in one lane. And the police cornered us off and attacked us. And also had women and children cornered in. We had to go in. Myself and others grabbed these women and children down. We had to grab these women and children down. We got them down to safety. Several of the women were pregnant. So we got them down to safety, got the kids down. And consequently, they were dressed. They cornered us off and gassed us. We got down here.
Hey, brother, can I ask you why they started doing this, though? It's not even personal.
No reason. No reason. We had no conflict. We did not attack. And so, I don't understand why. Why they
Can you tell the people who you are?
I'm Dr. Martin Salam here. I am a clinical psychotherapist, a medic, and advisor for the New Black Panther Party, and also president of Black Nationalist Network.
Right on, brother. Thanks for the word.
How many are involved here? How many different voices? Oh, I know. It's just really basic. I mean, the cars are the people who publicly state troopers. They're very state high people.
That's the scene of all the vehicles trying to get out of here. To be honest with you, I don't think they really want to get out of here. These people aren't leaving. They're barricading the street with all kinds of items, cones, bricks, garbage cans, holding up their hands. Trying to make a barricade. scene live. It's Ferguson, Missouri. Need you all to share this link. Share this link. Get people to watch this live. Nothing was done to provoke the police to attack. Nothing. Only after the police started to attack did they begin fighting back.
On the church across from Del Ridge. Looks like they're all occupied 3 or 4 times.
This line of people goes all the way up West Florissant, as far as the eye can see. We're progressing. We're falling in behind them. These people aren't moving. Flash bombs, tear gas coming into the crowd now. Yeah.
It's hot. It's good here. What's the water?
3005, you return to command and contact cars.
Just burned myself really bad.
Approximately how many officers are there with you, West
I can't breathe. Seared my fingers.
10 or 15
Grab the leg. Grab the leg.
Thank you. All right, guys, did you hear that? Okay, it's 10 to 15 minutes. All 3 captains are being briefed right now. It'll be Johnson who starts out, then I would assume Belmar would be second, and then Dodson might talk third. So if you need super study, it would be those 3 in a row.
My whole body is burning.
It's 10 to 15 minutes.
Hey, you're not the only one here, honey. You are?
Jason, if you're starting on edge, I step aside.
Too hot. It's too hot. Another one.
Those things work? No, man. Get him.
What?
Right. The majority of
Someone talk to him, all right?
they are individuals that have been every night here for other reasons. But nonetheless, as the powers getting pushed back, what we were, right, so you're finding on the vehicle, wind up,
Yo, this shit ain't right, man. We didn't even do anything and they started attacking us.
A little bit later, standoff right what he was saying, demonstrators around, slowly being pushed back up the avenue.
I think we should avoid showing his face. Yeah. My
bad if I did.
That's a good idea. We can pull out a little.
Well, I'm just not.
Yeah.
Who you guys with? Is that? Okay.
I'll authorize you guys to be out here.
I know, we're just trying to get out of. We were at the press conference, that's not happening. We're just trying to walk out.
That's what you were doing.
Huh?
Didn't know you were walking.
Huh? Because we saw this and then we wanted to film this.
Yeah, well, we're not going to do that.
Why not? You can't film
That'd be
it?
up in the press area.
But can we film? Isn't this
Didn't they say for you guys to be up there?
They said there's a press conference there, but they said that was going to happen in an hour, about an hour ago, so we decided not to wait, and we're trying to walk back to our car.
Okay, well, go ahead and you can walk back.
And yeah, but then we saw this, and we decided to film this.
Okay.
Why not?
Okay, well, let's go ahead and keep walking then. All right.
But are we not allowed to stand here?
You can stand here.
All right.
But you said you were going back to your car, so.
Yeah, but we saw this, so we're now going to wait a little bit, watch what's happening here, and then walk back to our cars. If we are allowed to stay here, then we'll just stay here
Okay.
for longer.
Well, I know they were calling for all media personnel to go to the command post.
Right, so
All
you're
right.
saying no, not allowed to stay here?
Right, that was the information that I was last given. So all media personnel was supposed to be at the command
So
post.
if I stay here, what happens?
I'm going to have to escort you to the command post.
Do you want to get out, or do you want to go back to command post, or what do you want to do?
Well, let's go to the car.
Let's get out?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, thank
What's
you, ladies.
the main road? How do we get to the main road?
Where are you headed to?
We have one car parked on kind of like Ferguson Avenue and West Florissant,
Okay.
and one car parked down at Chambers.
Okay.
Actually, we only have the keys to one, so.
Yeah, right here is obviously West Florissant. So if you just go down there and show me your credentials, they'll let you go up there.
All right.
So just be cognizant the curfew is in effect, obviously. So
Yeah.
just make sure you guys have your credentials with you. Okay.
All right.
All right. Any other questions?
Yeah, what is that?
What's that?
What's the guy going to arrested?
I couldn't tell you. I wasn't there.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Y'all be safe out there.
Do you have any information about what happened tonight? We missed a lot of it, but we heard that there were shots fired.
There was a bunch of shots fired. That's all I know.
And now we're hearing that some market is getting looted. Do you hear that?
Couldn't tell you about that.
Just now.
No. But yeah, if you want more information on that, the command post would be the
Yeah,
place
they
to
had to
say
wait for an
that.
hour. So
Nah, they're busy right now,
that's
so
not
yeah,
happening.
they're extremely busy.
There were some canisters fired, and my eyes are burning. What was that?
Again, I wasn't there. I don't know.
But do you know what kind of stuff you guys were using out there?
I don't, because there's a bunch of different departments out here, so I can't speak for what they were using.
All right, well, let's try to see if we can get to our car. It's gonna be a bit of a walk, but we'll try. And we're told that we're gonna have to cross another police line to get through that. You have your breast pass on you, right? Because mine is at the other time.
I have the most busted up.
But I have a business card.
Alicia, I'm gonna have to switch out my
batteries.
No, my cards.
Okay.
So maybe you
Want me
can
to
hold the
hold
camera for a little bit.
Sure.
Thanks.
Hey man, I'm currently broadcasting to the world. You got something to say to the people? Hey man, fuck the laws, man. That's how it is. Right on, bro. Thanks for the support.
Looks like a race. You know what? Hopefully I'll quit for this one. I think tonight I'll do a little teargas. I might want to get my little break.
Yeah, we don't know. This is the quick show. That was demolished and set on fire.
Guys, we're getting ready to start here. A brief summary of today.
Probably shoot you with them back bullets.
Trying to push through. We're going to give you again a brief summary
have time for just a couple questions. Obviously, today, it's still ongoing. We still got a lot of activities going on. We still got a lot of planning going on. So it's going to be quick. We'll give you the information. Very few questions. But we at least want to give you a summary of what's taking place today. Again, Captain Johnson will be doing the briefing for you.
What's his first name?
Ron.
Yeah. John, do you want me to come up?
Posted up on the media lot.
Okay, guys. Guys, here we go.
So now I can put it together. Good morning. I want to start off by thanking the men and women of the Highway Patrol, St. Louis County, St. Louis City, and all the municipal police departments that did a fine job tonight protecting the citizens of Ferguson. Tonight,
37.
Sunday that started with prayers and messages of unity, peace, and justice.
37, are you available?
Took a very different turn after dark.
Pick up the keys for the
Molotov
vehicle.
cocktails were thrown.
701 Old Halls Ferry and
There were
respond up there,
shootings,
leave it so.
looting, vandalism, and other acts of violence that clearly appear not to have been spontaneous or premeditated criminal acts designed to damage property, hurt people, and provoke a response.
33 advised he was going to handle it.
Callous was not civil disobedience, but pre-planned agitation and aggression, coordinated in many cases. When Governor Nixon and Colonel Rapogo first assigned me to the task of helping restore order to Ferguson, our basic principles were to protect people's ability to make their voices heard. While keeping this community safe, we needed to protect the good people of Ferguson, their businesses, and their property. That's why earlier tonight, we were walking with and listening to the peaceful protesters, voicing their frustration in a way that doesn't put others in personal danger. That's also why when we saw violent acts, including shootings and throwing of Molotov cocktails and the destruction of businesses, we had to act to protect lives and property. The situation first started to deteriorate with a shooting of a civilian on West Florissant and Ferguson Avenues at approximately 8:25 p.m. We quickly responded with additional officers to reach the victim and got them to a safe position. That was followed by shots being fired on officers, a number of Molotov cocktails being hurled, and then the looting or vandalism of businesses that included a Domino's Pizza, O'Reilly's Auto Parts, a Family Dollar store, and a self-storage business. All were on West Florissant. These are some of the shootings tonight, in addition to the shooting at 8:25 p.m. 1 minute later at 8:26, shots were fired to the north on Canfield. At 8:27, there was a report of a subject down. At 8:28, there was a report of 8 people with guns. Tactical teams were dispatched. At 8:56, hundreds of protesters marched toward the Northley Shopping Center, where we stand at this moment, the site of this command post. As the crowd approached the shopping center, multiple Molotov cocktails were thrown at police. At that time, police deployed tear gas in an attempt to disperse the crowd and stop the violent action. At that time, we called in additional support from area police agencies. At 9:15, there was a call for a large crowd gathering at the McDonald's on West Florissant. At 9:20, it was reported that McDonald's was being overrun and employees were had locked themselves in a storage room. There were multiple additional reports of Molotov cocktails being thrown. Police were shot at. Makeshift barricades were set up to block police. Bottles and rockets were thrown at police. Based on these conditions, I had no alternative but to elevate the level of our response. For those who would claim that the curfew was what led to tonight's violence, I will remind you, it was this incident began before 8:30, 3.5 hours before the curfew was to have started last night. Tonight by teleconference, Chief John Belmer of the St. Louis County Police Department, Chief Sam Dodson of the St. Louis City Police Department, and I have been in discussion with Governor Jay Nixon and Colonel Rapola, who were at the Highway Patrol headquarters in Jefferson City. We are planning additional steps to quiet the violence. We are all determined to restore peace and safety to the people of Ferguson, and I believe the continued resolve of the good people of this community ultimately triumph over the few people bent on violence and destruction. I have time to take a few questions before I return to operational planning.
How many people have been injured? How many people have been injured?
We had at least, I believe, at least 3 people. We had a couple of shooting victims. So I think 2 or 3 people have been injured.
So were those random shootings? Were those random shootings, or
Yes, those shootings, we were responding to those shootings. Those shootings had occurred out in the field, had nothing to do with law enforcement. It was between people that were actually out on the scene.
Were they involved in the protest, or? I mean, they weren't domestic shootings.
No, they're not. There were people that were out on Florissant.
Did the crowd try to officers injured?
There were no officers injured.
The crowd showed the command center. So you mentioned additional steps. Can you tell us what additional steps are not?
We are going to go back and do some operational planning to determine what that will be.
Is that crowd pulling the National Guard in?
No, at this point we're taking additional steps and we will evaluate our resources.
So how sure are you that this is organized? Units aware that there were families with little children amongst the protesters that were approaching the command center here at the time that smoke and tear gas were fired on the crowd?
At this time, when we were approached by the crowd, the bottles were thrown. We had subjects coming over the hill.
Could you talk about how fired on directly, sir?
One more question, guys.
You said that this is organized. Can you talk about why you feel it's organized?
Failure to disperse.
And how many arrests? How many arrests? How many arrests?
You said how many arrests?
How many arrests, sir?
That's all we've
Can you tell
got.
us how many arrests there were?
7 or 8 arrests.
7 or 8 arrests.
Okay, as of right now.
Sir, were officers fired on directly?
That's all I've got for you right now, guys. Thanks.
All right, you guys just heard that press.
Do you know that it's organized?
John, am I going to be on or no?
The bridge builder is quite upset. I'm really under stress. He did not do it. His reputation is on the line. The bridge builder is quite upset. I'm really under stress. He did not do it. His reputation is on the line.
All right, that's about that's about enough of that. And you saw how that was actually labeled, and you still see it there, police propaganda. That's exactly what it is. PR, public relations, propaganda, it's all the same thing. No one that I'm aware of has reported seeing a Molotov cocktail. This is BS they just make up. Most people don't even know how to make a Molotov cocktail. And for those who don't, you don't put the cloth in the neck of the bottle and light it. That's a good way to get yourself set on fire. You tie a piece of cloth around the bottle and you light that so it can't ignite until the bottle shatters on the ground where you threw it. Just a little tip there. But yeah, this whole Molotov cocktail thing sounds like BS, just an excuse to attack the people, as they, of course, did. Even if, somebody did throw Molotov cocktails at the police, how is that a reason to just indiscriminately lob these tear gas canisters and shoot rubber bullets at other people? That's like saying, well, somebody threw a bottle at an officer, so shoot them, even though it's probably not who did it, and it's dark and we don't even know who we're going to hit. But that's enough for now. I want to go to Ferguson. My spirit wants to go to Ferguson. My body is fucking drugged up on medication. I'm out for now. Death to the New World Order.